We've been building this Porsche, and in the front end so far, in the whole car actually, there are so many different materials. We have steel, aluminium, different types of aluminium, different thicknesses of aluminium. Normally we jump to our TIG welder, but today we're going to use a brand new machine from LaserCyber. Hopefully by the time you guys are watching this machine's been released. This is a 1200 watt laser. We're going to run through a bunch of stuff and see what it can do. Two main things that we're working with here, the aluminium and the steel. We've got a radiator that we need to weld some brackets to, and we've got our pedal box that we've built in the previous episode of the Porsche build. But we need to weld this mild steel, different thicknesses. Let's get into it. And instead of just grabbing some scrap pieces, we're just going to use it straight up on our Porsche project that we've been building. With everything plugged in, all turned on, one thing that's really cool about this is it's all integrated into one unit. A lot of other laser welders, the wire feeds are separate and you got to mismatch all this thing. It's all integrated in one unit. Wire feeds right in the side here. If you watched our videos before, you'd know my bench is always covered in tools. So it's one less thing to have on the bench. Nice contained unit. Not only is this a welder, but it's a true 3-in-1 machine. So we said we've got welding, we got cutting, but we've also got laser cleaning. The cleaning is something I really want to try out. A lot of the small workshop lasers have a very small laser cleaning function. This one has an 80mm function. So later on, we're going to try out the cleaning. What a 1200 watts actually means? Well, it means it can weld and cut thicker, which is great. It will cut cleaner and it will weld cleaner. It'll cut faster and it'll weld faster. So ultimately, the power, the 1200 watts, just makes this unit so much more efficient. LaserCyber have coming up next a CNC table. So why is the 1200 watts important? So that we can connect it to a CNC table so we can have our own laser cutters at home. I cannot wait to get my hands on the CNC for this machine. However, we need to get back into welding. Now on the home screen here, something that's really cool is this, basically this thing has so many modes, but we break it down to two simple modes. We have fast mode over here on the left and engineer mode over on the right. If you really want to get into your weld, we can just jump into engineer mode. We've got all the different parameters for your welding, so much detail in there. We can cycle through the different types of welds, cleaning paths, etc. So if you really want to get in there and change your settings, that's the mode for you guys. I just want to get stuck in a weld. I just want to get the job done. So we just go straight to fast mode. We've got a whole bunch of presets over here, stainless, carbon steel. Does that say galvanized steel? Galvanized sheet, wow, okay. Aluminium, brass even, wow, brass. All right, so we can just jump straight into the material that we want. We want to do some carbon steel. Over here on the dial, we can just wind up what thickness we want. Let's say we're going to go straight to 3mm. There it is. Mild steel, carbon steel, 3mm, continuous weld. Once we've selected our material, thickness, and weld type, we can just turn the laser on, and there we go. Of course, we've got our safety gear on, and we are ready to weld. Do the aluminium. Then we'll do the mild steel. Aluminium radiator that we're working on, so might as well use it to weld the aluminium while we're here. We'll give it a good shot at a real world part. This aluminium radiator that we've been working on, we need to add the ends. So it's a perfect opportunity here to run a nice aluminium weld on this. So let's just start off in a nice simple mode. So here we've got fast mode. So fast mode's all of our presets. We can scroll through until we get to aluminium, and it's a very combination of 1.5 and 2mm, this thing. Let's go 2mm, seeing as we're right on the edge here, firing down, and this is 2mm, so let's just go straight to 2mm here. And one thing I've noticed about this aluminium welding, the weld is tiny. It is absolutely beautiful. On the top side here, once I've got a feel for it, absolutely amazing. Look at that, right there. Distortion is so minimal. I think it comes from the fact that the weld, it's so narrow, it's so small and so precise. The way the laser pushes the heat or pushes the weld down into the material gives it the ability to be so small and so concentrated. It blows me away just how minimal of distortion this ends up with. You would swear that's been done by a machine or a robot. That is phenomenal. Messy where we did the tacks, but the weld is just absolutely magnificent. A little bit of getting used to on the inside edges. Eventually got a feel for it. Just increase the wire speed, change the settings, then we got it. And I got our pedal box, which is fabricated. Now it's a combination of 5mm and 3mm mild steel. So we can run some nice welds right in across here, and it's a butt join right on the top there. One of the first things that you notice about laser welding is just how fast this laser welding can be, especially where very little fill wire is required. The penetration is completely different to TIG. Rather than just relying on the heat soaking into the surrounding material, the laser is effectively driving straight through the steel, creating a deep, narrow weld with very little heat spread. That also means the surrounding material cools really quick. There's almost no radiant heat and parts can be handled much sooner. If you have concerns about the strength of this weld, hang around to the end of the video and see our destruction test. And where we need more fill wire, we can customize the settings to increase the wire feed to suit. So now with this changed over to cutting mode, we need to cut some steel. Got a fresh piece of 2mm here, our cardboard template. Now the cardboard template, this is actually a piece that we need to make for the Porsche project over there. The wire feed extension taken off, we're ready to go to cut. So we need to prepare our steel, ready to cut. Cardboard template. We need to remember the offset here. That's 3mm from the center of the hole where it will cut to the outside of the tip. We need to allow for the thickness of the tip. So from the center of the laser to the outside edge of the tip, we need to make our cardboard template 3mm smaller. We need to allow for that offset. We can trace our cardboard template. We're in cutting mode, we're all set, got our steel, got our template, let's cut. Cutting with the laser is almost effortless. What really stands out is just how fine and clean the cut actually is. Most of the imperfections you can see here are really down to the operator rather than the machine itself. If I keep the speed consistent and stay accurate on the line,
the laser just follows through and leaves a very narrow cut behind. And again, there's surprisingly little heat going into the surrounding material. We can handle the piece almost immediately afterwards. It hasn't even burnt the cardboard template, so the cardboard gets to live another day so we can cut the other side. The only reason this piece is still attached is here simple, because I missed it. Again, it's down to the operator, but we can come straight back, cut it, and pull the part away. Once we're done, turn the laser off, and we're left with a really clean edge with minimal slag. A quick finish, a fold, and then this becomes the final front suspension support for our Porsche. After changing over the lens, we can switch the machine into cleaning mode. And here we've got an old Volkswagen Porsche wiper motor mount, absolutely caked in dust, rust and old paint. For this setup, we're about 1 metre or 3 feet away. Seems to be the ideal working distance. And I put a heavy steel plate underneath, mainly so we don't end up cooking the floor. What's surprising is just how quickly this starts working. Straight away we can see it attacking the heavy rust, and the old paint almost looks like it's being cooked off the surface. A few passes through the centre section and we're already getting back to clean steel. That centre section where the motor mounts is looking good. There's some heat in the part there, so be cautious about picking this up right away. Using the laser to clean, it's fast, convenient once you have the machine, perfect for taking rust off without grinding or blasting. Again, it's cleaner than chemicals, and you can just see how quickly it takes that rust off. This saves us from blasting. Using the laser to clean rust on a whole car, I think it would save a lot of time from masking, from blasting, and it'll stop garnet from ending up everywhere. Have the ability to really focus in the laser and actually hit the spot that you really need. I think a key trick is to keep it moving at a consistent speed, especially so we don't overheat or heat up a particular area. This is actually my first time using a laser to clean rusted steel. It just takes the rust off and goes back to bare metal very quickly. And right here where there was no paint, it's absolutely beautiful. And then our clamp, our old 20-year-old clamp, just took the rust straight off. Taking all the surface rust off.
There's a little bit of heat there, minimal heat, but not enough heat to distort the steel. That's 0.95.